Hello, and welcome back to Hitman. And in this series we will go back to where it all started, and this time round we will focus on completing as many of the challenges as we can on each and every one of the primary Hitman targets, with maybe a few interesting bonus kills on the way. Today we are in Berlin for the Waaagh challenge, which entails eliminating one of the myriad of targets we have with the scrap sword. So for today's challenge we will be starting as usual at the biker hangout. We'll be bringing with us a silenced pistol and a lethal and enigmatic syringes, so one of each. So with all of that said, let's get reacquainted with our target. And today we have Agent Montgomery, aka the leader. So right from the start and off the bat, what we're going to do is go and retrieve the scrap sword, just like we did for Agent Chamberlain. And exactly as we did for Agent Chamberlain, we are going to follow all of the same steps. So out through the pool room window, open the shutter, shoot out the camera above the club entrance, vault over the wall to the left of that entrance, past the juice bar, being aware of where Agent Swan is located, and around to the canal area, and up between the storage tanks we will find a pile of junk, and in amongst that pile of junk is the scrap sword. And with that in hand, we're now going to return via the rear of the juice bar and through the shipping container, and we're now going to make our way into Club Holly, which is why we've took out that camera there, so we can just run straight in. Remember to be aware of where Agent Davenport is in this area. He's nowhere to be seen at the moment, so we can continue on straight down the stairs and into the security room just to the left at the bottom of the stairs. Now if you time this just right, Agent Chamberlain will be just leaving the area, or may have only just left the area. As you can see, he is leaving there. So everything remains the same as we would be taking out Agent Tremaine. We're going to grab the nightstick from the locker, make our way into the bathroom, overflow the sink, and wait in the next room for the guard in the room to become suspicious, go and investigate the leaky sink, and at that point we can then render him and his colleague unconscious and hide them in this room. There is a crate provided, and unfortunately I missed. Luckily the door shut and he didn't see me that I had thrown that and turned the other way, so we're just going to render him unconscious quietly. There we go. We're going to drag him immediately into the other room and the awaiting crate before returning and collecting up all of the items in the bathroom and stopping the sink, although actually he's managed to do that. So we have his gun. There's the nightstick, lovely. So we're now just going to go and take out his colleague with a stick to the back of the head. Lovely. Right, you've got a gun as well. We'll have our stick back. We're going to hide our friend here in the crate in the next room with his colleague, and we can then take out the surveillance system upon our return. Now here's where things will change from the Chamberlain kills. You may notice in the top left hand corner I have only eliminated 3 targets. So we're going to take out surveillance, go and wait in the bathroom for Agent Chamberlain, and this is where the lethal syringe will come into play. So we're going to select the lethal syringe and await the arrival of Agent Montgomery and his bodyguard. There he is. And when they pass through the room, we can then take out Agent Chamberlain and leave his body where it is. And next time Agent Montgomery and his bodyguard come around, Agent Montgomery's bodyguard will be the one to discover the body, and he will move to take it away, and that will give us an opportunity to remove the bodyguard. Now it appears that Agent Chamberlain and Agent Montgomery have accidentally bumped into each other, and they are going to have a quick debriefing in the next room there. There's nothing we can do about it, we're just going to have to wait them out. It doesn't take very long, it feels like an eternity while we're waiting here, but it only takes a little while really. And once the conversation has finished, Agent Montgomery will return to the dance floor. Agent Chamberlain will make his way into the security room, and it's at this point we can then sneak up behind him and inject him with the lethal poison. Now we're going to drop the gun we collected, or any of the guns that we've collected, on the floor somewhere visible, because Agent Chamberlain doesn't always fall in a position where he's visible to Agent Montgomery's bodyguard. Agent Montgomery will just ignore him whether he sees him or not. Agent Montgomery's bodyguard, on the other hand, if he sees the body or a gun, he will move in to investigate. So once everything is in place, we're just going to wait in the next room with our police baton in hand, and Agent Montgomery with his bodyguard will arrive. Agent Montgomery will ignore the gun, and his bodyguard will move in to collect it and then find Agent Chamberlain. This doesn't affect your silent assassin rating, because Agent Chamberlain is a target and has been killed via an accident. Just don't touch his body once you've poisoned him. That will negate your silent assassin rating. Don't try and move his body somewhere more visible. This is why we place the gun on the floor. But once Agent Montgomery has left the area, we can then approach Agent Montgomery's bodyguard, render him unconscious with our nightstick, and deposit him in the crate by the stairs. So everything is now in place. We're going to make our way into the security room and wait just by the doors here with our sword ready and waiting. And eventually, it does take a little while, and Montgomery does have quite a long routine, but sooner or later he will return to this room, and all we have to do is close the doors behind him and stick our rusty sword in his head. Something like this. So that will get you the Waaagh challenge. All that's left for us to do now is to make good our escape. We're gonna leave Agent Montgomery there. No one else will go into that room. Certainly not in the time it takes us to make our way down the corridor to the end and the emergency exit. So there we go, one more challenge taken care of. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.